All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Match previews are back. We are buzzing, and the world champions, we're back in the Premier League. It's been a while since we played in the Premier League, which is crazy, but it's well and truly back. We'll be playing this weekend against Crystal Palace. Lots to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. But before we do all of that, massive shout out to each and every one of you guys. Like always, would love to achieve 100 likes for the stream. So as soon as you come in, ladies and gentlemen, smash that like button. The smallest thing you could do, to be honest, whilst you're watching and discussing and interacting with the channel, everyone in the live chat as well, and myself, obviously. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. Make sure you do subscribe and hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Quite a few people are here already. Thank you so much for joining. Marvo, match previews are back. Yeah, baby. Declan in Ireland, really good to see you, my man. Hey, guys, Kai has been playing with us for a season and a half. He should be reliable by now, but still hasn't nailed down a spot. Yeah, we're definitely going to talk about this because that's probably the biggest thing that I took away from the press conference with Thomas Tuchel, the compliments that he had in regards to Kai Havertz. And I feel like Kai Havertz, the trajectory hopefully is now on the up. And I really want to talk about Kai Havertz, some good comments from Thomas Tuchel in regards to him. And there's a lot of stuff I've got listed down, which I want to go through for the press conference. And I really want to hear what you guys have to say. Jeff Knightley, really, really good to see you, my man. Who has in attack nailed down a spot? I believe he's talking to Declan in Ireland. Alex Grocia, good to see you. Yo, Miz, good to see you, Alex. Jeff Knightley, hey, Miz. Hey, everyone. Good to see you again, Jeff. Stripbeck, good to see you. Like always, much appreciated. Honestly, Stripbeck, please subscribe and like. Babes, kick it. Thank you so much. Strip Bear, we are Chelsea. JL Lavina, good to see you. All his teammates say he is gifted, as does the manager. He's only 22 and has the world ahead of him. 100%. I mean, I think this is one player that we can truly be patient with. I feel like there is something about Kai Havertz, and we're going to talk in details about that. Strip Bear, thank you so much for the super sticker. Always supporting the channel. Much appreciated. Honestly, you're a huge supporter of the channel, and I always want to let you know about that. Timo Werner, Secret Service, what's up, Miz? Good to see you, my man. Things are good. It's quite late late at night. It's 1:08 a.m., but it is what it is. It's the weekend now, so I can spare some of those minutes. There's no issues with that. Roland David, good to see you. To be honest, Mount is good in pressing and running, but football is more on output. Havertz ceiling is high. His hashtag should be more. Yeah, look, there's a lot of talk about Mason Mount, and maybe we will touch on that when we're talking about Mason Mount's injury update for sure. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's get on with this. There's a lot to cover in the press conference. We want to talk about Crystal Palace as well. We also want to do the predicted lineup, which is going to be interesting because there was a little bit of information about Hakim Ziyech, why he didn't start in the Club World Cup final, because Thomas Tuchel was saying we went with a back three and that probably doesn't suit Hakim Ziyech. So where does that leave Hakim Ziyech if we continue with the back three? It's a very interesting topic. And the thing is, Hakim Ziyech is probably the most in-form attacker that we have. So not being able to fit him is quite interesting to talk about. So we're going to do the predicted lineup, talk about the press conference, talk about Crystal Palace as well. Shrubajoyti Roy, good to see you. Good night, miss. Yeah, it's the weekend, so I'm going to be up. Mr. Fatur is here. All right, 2 times back again. Wagman Miz. Shame we couldn't meet in UAE. Yeah, real shame, man. Honestly, there was just so many people in UAE. It was just so difficult to catch up with everyone. But hopefully someday we can catch up, Fatur, maybe when I come to London. But it was really good to see you before I went to UAE live on Instagram when I was in the airport. Really good to see you. Yom Takuri, good to see you, Miz. And yeah, let's get on with this whilst all the comments come through. First of all, let's talk about the press conference, ladies and gentlemen. The first thing I want to talk about is in the press conference, they were talking about Azpilicueta and how important Azpilicueta has been. Thomas Tuchel has had immense praise about Azpilicueta, and rightly so. The guy is the only player in Chelsea football history to be able to say he's won it all. So there's no doubt Azpilicueta has been a great servant to the football club, a legend of the football club. Some of you guys were saying in my previous comments for the Azpilicueta video a couple of days ago, saying that he should have a statue made of him outside of Stamford Bridge. And I'm all up for that, honestly. I really am. Because he's the only one that can say he's won it all. And Thomas Tuchel said he's getting better and better. And he also talked about his smartness in regards to Club World Cup, the penalty, what he did for Kai Havertz, being there, supporting the team. And that's how he's always been. And look, as much as we want to talk about all of these things about Azpilicueta, and it's rightly so, he deserves all the praise. But I can't stop thinking that this could possibly be Azpilicueta's last season. I feel like with all the rumors about Koundé, and it looks like we should probably be doing that deal with the rise of Chalobah, with Reece James, sooner or later he's going to come back fit. Next season, I feel like there will be very limited time for Azpilicueta. And if he's okay with that, then fine, he can stick around. But don't think he'll be okay with that. Barcelona has thrown in some really good package, apparently 2-year contract with a year extension as well, option available. And someone like Azpilicueta will think about the family and will think about the World Cup as well, just around the corner this year. So I feel like this may just be his last season. And look, in all honesty, I'm all okay with that. He's going to go off with his head held high, and we should try and do our level best to win every trophy possible there is this season for him, and then send him off on a high note. We should definitely try and get that Carabao Cup final now. Not just because of Azpilicueta. I just despise Liverpool so much. I love the way they operate their club, don't get me wrong. I just despise the cockiness that they have, and I hope we can beat them. And that will be another trophy for Azpilicueta to cherish this season. We'll see what we can do in FA Cup. We'll see what we can do in the Champions League. I think the Premier League is out of contention. And for Azpilicueta, what a fantastic Chelsea career he's had. Let me just check out some of your comments now, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Flynn, really good to see you, my man. Aka, good to see you. Marvo saying we should play it back four. We'll talk about that for sure. Stripper, guess in a sense we ain't Tottenham, of course. Pradiumna Miz, Mount is overhyped. Havertz, Pulisic, and Ziyech. We'll talk about that. Definitely will talk about that. Don't you worry. Lil Boy Blue Notes, big up Miz. Good to see you, my man. Sai Krishna Miz, I actually just deeped this as all of our loanees came back. This situation might be half better. Martin is doing quite well at Coventry as well. Yeah, some of our loanees are doing excellent. Frederick, really good to see you. Big up the other side of the coin. Mohamed Uzair, Azpi hasn't won Community Shield. I mean, what does it take to win the Community Shield again? You have to either win the Premier League and also win the FA Cup, right? Or win the FA Cup. Or if it's the same Premier League winner and the same FA Cup winner, then the runners-up of the FA Cup. So, look, I don't think Azpi is going to get that opportunity. And look, at the end of the day, that's not really much of a trophy. That's what something like Arsenal would say. They actually count Community Shield as trophies, which is quite crazy. Lil Boy Blue Notes, Dave is a legend. His versatility, the longevity, the leadership, he isn't what he was once, but his send-off should be epic. 100% agreed. His send-off should be epic. And yeah, he's definitely been a great role model to the football club. There's no doubt about that. And you're right. He has been so versatile. There was a point where Azpilicueta was probably the best left back, the best right back, and the best RCB, which is insane. That's what you get with Azpilicueta. Advade, good to see you. Big up, Miz, bro. Shubha Jyoti, that Carabao Cup would complete Kante. And Alonso said as well, exactly. So there's a lot riding on that. No doubts about that. Okay. Next thing we want to talk about is Kepa Arrizabalaga, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, high praise from Thomas Tuchel, saying that, his rise, and, it's not a surprise. He's been training really well. And Thomas Tuchel said he's probably too good to be a number 2. And I've said that many a times, that Kepa's probably too good to be a number 2 now. And Thomas Tuchel goes on to say there's no need to change because Edouard Mendy is Chelsea's number 1 goalkeeper. There was a debate about who's Chelsea's number 1 during the Club World Cup scene. And I found it a bit strange. There was certain members of the Chelsea fan base that were actually thinking maybe Mendy is not the number 1. Maybe there is a debate to be had. But I've always said, as great as Kepa has been in recent times, and he's really done well under Thomas Tuchel, let's not forget the fact that Mendy is Chelsea's number 1 goalkeeper. And Thomas Tuchel has come out publicly and said it in this press conference. There's no need to change this scenario. Mendy is Chelsea's number 1 goalkeeper. And Kepa is just a very, very good number 2. And the comments of Thomas Tuchel made me realize Mendy's probably not going to stick around. Mendy's too good to be a number 2. That's the issue. He's way too good to be a number 2. And there's already rumors that perhaps Maurizio Sarri will be looking at Mendy for Lazio. And I'm all okay with that. Once again, I'm all okay with that. I want the best for Kepa Arrizabalaga. As I said, he's too much of a number 2 at the moment. Hopefully we can win more trophies whilst he's around as well. But I think he's probably going to be going as well at the end of this season. And we probably have to look at number 2. Maybe Bettinelli becomes number 2. Is Bettinelli good enough to be a number 2? Perhaps he is. And we look at maybe promoting a academy goalkeeper. I don't know if there is any academy goalkeepers out there that can take that position. But one thing's for certainty. Mendy is the number 1 goalkeeper for Chelsea Football Club, and rightly so. Let's have a look at some of your comments before we move on to the next topic in the press conference. Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, we've got over 60 people live right now. Smash the like button. Let's get those likes up to well over 60. The aim of the game is to try and get to 100 likes for the stream. You guys have always been brilliant in that regard. So please, let's push those likes up to well over 100. Well, let's try and get to 60, first of all, which will be brilliant. So let's try and do that, ladies and gentlemen. Strip Bear is moving mad, pushing everyone to get those likes up. So let's help the channel, and let's also respect Strip Bear's request of getting those likes up. Okay, let's have a look at some of your comments now in regards to Kepa and Mendy. Adore Kepa, he saved us when Mendy was gone, 100%. We have played 4 Community Shields since 2012 and lost them all. Oh, wow. Aka, Kepa has grown so much since that Lampard season, but Mendy is world-class and a number 1 goalkeeper. No doubt about that at all. Juhani K, can we talk about how overrated Liverpool players are? I think none of them will be any good in other team except Thiago, Virgil van Dijk, and maybe Fabinho. Klopp is key. Yeah, Klopp definitely is key. Their system definitely helps out their players. I don't know whether if their players are overrated, though. Some of their players are very good. There's no doubt about that. Marvo, this is why we should sell Kepa in the summer. Yeah, look, this is definitely in the cards now. Got a message from Ishan saying Miz won't be able to do tomorrow's Chelsea match. Will be out that time. Set up a Man City and Spurs match for me. Yeah, look, no problems. Watch along will be on tomorrow. I'll definitely be on. Looks like Ishan won't be available, but he'll be available for the City versus Spurs game later on. So do look out for that. Marva, yeah, this is why we should sell Kepa in the summer. I think that will be the aim, to sell Kepa, but whether we're going to be able to get the right price, I don't know. Maybe it could be a loan initially to start off with, and then perhaps a sell, like an obligation to buy, because this is the thing. We've got a lot of work to do in the summer, and I'm not really sure how our board is going to be able to manage to do all of this stuff. So many players need to go, and the way Chelsea operates, they don't like taking a loss. They don't cut losses. If anything, they'll extend the contract out to see if we can somehow manage to squeeze out some money from the players if they end up doing well. Like, we bought Kepa for a lot of money, and I know it's been a few seasons and there's depreciation, obviously, and Kepa stocks will be high, but we'll be getting nowhere near the amount of money that we bought Kepa for. I'm not even sure if we're going to get... I mean, if we can get 50 million, maybe that's a good price to sell. But whether we're going to get 50 million from Lazio, Italian clubs, they don't tend to have a lot of money. I'm not really sure. Shubhajyoti Roy, if Kepa leaves, we should go for Strakosha on free. I've got no idea who that is. Let me know who that is. Shubhajyoti. Stripper saying, now keep Kepa. It's not about keeping Kepa. It's more about Kepa's too good to be number 2. That's the issue. He wouldn't be sticking around to be number 2. Mendy too good for number 2. Ray Allen saying, yeah, 100% he is. He's number 1. Declan in Ireland, you mean Sari is looking at Kepa, not Mendy? Did I say Mendy? Yeah, Maurizio Sarri is looking at Kepa, not Mendy. You're right. Yeah. Mendy or Kepa, you're saying wrong name. Sorry. Did I mix up my names? So what I meant, let me clarify once again. Maurizio Sarri is looking for Kepa at Lazio. Mendy is someone we're going to keep. Mendy is Chelsea's number 1. So if I've mixed that up, I do apologize about that. Strakosha is the Lazio keeper. Okay. All right. Fair enough. We've got Pradyumna saying selling Kepa is a bad idea in my opinion. Finals usually go to pens and Mendy is very bad at saving them. We need to get rid of Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Barkley. Yeah, look, I get your point, Pradyumna. But to keep Kepa just for that, I don't think Kepa is going to accept that. That's the issue. I don't think Kepa would love to get game time on a regular basis. So as great as that sounds, I don't think that's going to happen. Means you mixed up Kepa and Mendy. I'm sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I really am. Jensen, if Kepa goes, we need a penalty specialist. Okay, so this seems like it's a bit of a theme. Everyone's talking about this now. Have we given up, I suppose? Is Mendy ever going to be able to stop penalties? Have we given up on that particular basis? Can Mendy improve? Perhaps not. The man is so clueless when it comes to penalty saving. So, look, is Bettinelli someone who can save penalties? I don't know. Do anyone know? Is Bettinelli a good penalty shot stopper? At the end of the day, we won't be able to keep Kepa just for the penalties. But I completely get it. He's such a specialist, Kepa, at stopping penalties. And that's something that's definitely going to be missed, no doubt about that. Okay, next up, we want to talk about Mason Mount, ladies and gentlemen. This is where a lot of the comments are going to get very, very intensified, very interesting. And I want to hear from you guys how you feel about this. First of all, Mason Mount, the injury front, he's not going to be available for the Crystal Palace game, and he's definitely not going to be available for the Champions League game against Lille. And he's really fighting his best to make it for the Liverpool game against in the Carabao Cup final. So we'll see what happens on that front. There's a lot of social media fight that happens on a regular basis in regards to Mason Mount. There's a group of fans that seem to discredit Mason Mount a lot, which is very wrong. And there's a group of fans that seem to hype Mason Mount like he's some phenomenal player that can't do anything wrong for Chelsea Football Club. And I feel like both the parties are so extreme with their views, they're both wrong. That's my opinion. And I want to now give you guys my honest truth. Here's a truth bomb. Here's a truth bomb for each and every one of you guys for Mason Mount. And I really want to hear what you guys have to say about this. Mason Mount, for me, is a very, very good player. Don't get me wrong. But he's not the finished product. And rightly so. He's young. He's developing. Some of his key attributes are great pressing. Undoubtedly one of the best pressers out there. Leads from the front. Good intensity. Good energy. He's got a good engine in him. Yes, he can, score goals. He produces those key assists here and there. A leader, I suppose you can say, young leader. Technically sound most of the times. Physical ability is there, 100%. He doesn't shy away from a physical battle. But for me, some of the flaws I'm going to say now. They talk about Mason Mount's assists a lot. The people that hype up Mason Mount, they talk about Mason Mount's assists a lot. And that's fine. He has been assisting. I'm not one of those fans that's going to discredit Mason Mount with his set play assists, or he doesn't have enough open play assists. I'm not going to be one of those individuals that are going to sit here and have a hit on Mason Mount because he doesn't produce enough open play. Assist is an assist for me. But a game is not based on set pieces. A game is predominantly an open play field. The set pieces are probably less than 15% of the game. What I want to see from Mason Mount is more line-breaking passes. I want him to be more of a visionary. Yes, he has produced those key passes at times. The Champions League final for Kai Havertz, the goal. I get that. And he's done that. I remember he's done that last season for Callum Hudson-Odoi as well. But I want to see Mason Mount produce those visionary type of passes on a regular basis. I want him to be opening up opposition defense on a regular basis. I want his movement to be elite on a regular basis. I'm not saying it's not. He has had great movements as well. His goal against Porto last season, brilliant movement. His goal against Liverpool last season when he cut in and he went past Fabinho, brilliant. But I want to see a lot more of that. Mason Mount's technicality can be a lot better. That's why I get annoyed to the part of the fan base that discredit him. He's not a bad player. He's a very good player and deserves to start. Probably doesn't deserve to start every time like he's undroppable. This season, he's not been good in my personal view. I know stats will say he's got X amount of goals, X amount of assists. But if you watch the game, he hasn't been consistent because of the things I've said. He plays in a particular position, generally either an inside forward or whether it be as an attacking eight. You expect a lot more quality passes, a lot more clinical finishing. So that's one side for the fans that discredit him. To the fans that hype him to the moon, calm down. Calm yourself down a little bit. He's got a lot of work to do still. And I'm pretty sure Mason Mount believes that. Some of these people that hype him up so much, they think without Mason Mount we can't operate. No, we can. We 100% can. With Mason Mount, when he's at his top form, yes, we are a lot better, no doubt about that. But Mason has a lot of things to improve in that attacking area that he plays for us. He's got a lot of great stuff, intangibles as well. He's got a lot of great intangibles. He's got a lot of great attributes, but there's a lot of key things, key elements as an attacker that he lacks. And I think that's the middle ground about Mason Mount. And this is the honest truth about Mason Mount as a footballer. And that's fine. That is absolutely fine. We should be able to talk about Mason Mount in that manner. We don't need to be sitting here and slandering him, and we don't need to be sitting here and hyping him up. We should be able to talk about Mason Mount very clearly and precisely. Let's have a look at some of your comments. Big up my man. Matisse is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a round of applause. Nearly 100 people live right now whilst Matisse is here. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to read out some of your Mason Mount comments before we move on to the next topic in the press conference. Smash that like button. Get those likes up to 100 immediately. As you all know, the aim of the game is to get 100 likes for the stream, which is always a great target. So please help a brother out to get those likes. Okay, let's have a look at some of your comments there in regards to Mason Mount. And let's see what you guys have to say about that. Shubhajoti is saying, yes, agree, Miz, no middle ground. 100%, there is no middle ground. And that's why there's all these ridiculous fights all the time. Stripper, Mason Mount opened up City like a can of beans. Yeah, look, I want to see a lot more of that. And I think he can do that. Just the ones who are hyping Mason were the ones who were after his head during Lampard's season. Second truth bomb in 3 months of hell. Mason is in trouble. Sai Krishna. Yeah, you guys would have seen my first truth bomb a couple of months ago, I suppose. Lil Boy Blue notes, fans fight over Mount because of the insanity of his fanboys. Mount is a good young player, but he's not a Foden level. I'm still happy to have him. Yeah, we should be able to say that. For me, Foden is probably a little bit ahead of Mason Mount. And that's not a slander on Mason. Foden is a damn good player. Mason is on that trajectory, no doubt. But there are things he needs to improve. And it's okay to say that. It's okay. Absolutely okay. Our attack as a whole is unbalanced. 4 young players and the other 3 don't fit the league or system. Pressing, intensity, energy, etc. should be a given. Yeah, this is the thing. Like, when we talk about Mason, a lot of the stuff we say should be a given, really. But the work rate, the way he does it, sometimes he really stands out ahead of his other teammates. And I guess that's probably why it shines out. But you're right, Explosive. These things, I've said it in my last truth bomb. These are given factors of a footballer. So the things that I want to see from Mason Mount are the other facets. Clinical finishing, more line-breaking passes, great movement, great vision. That's what I want from my attacker. Leslie, good to see you. True that Mount final ball is poor. Prayag, we can't afford to lose a player of his caliber. Mount need to be played in a mid-3 from G11W. Mohammed is there. I'm telling you, Miz, stick Mount in the 8 role. He'll be near perfect. Look, I'm all okay with that. If that's what we need to do next season, I don't know whether this is going to happen this season. We did see a little bit of the midfield 3 in the last few weeks prior to Club World Cup, but it looks like maybe we're going to revert back to back 3 again. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. S. Roy, good to see you, my man. He's very inconsistent this season. He scored his hat-trick versus Norwich. Apart from that, no significant performances. Exactly right. See, that is a legitimate statement about Mason Mount from S. Roy. And that, for me, is the middle ground. Not getting crazy and not, overly extreme on the other side about hyping him up as well. Okay. If Mount was playing this way, but in midfield, I wouldn't mind. It's the fact that he's an attacker. It's performing like and isn't performing like one. 100% agreed. 100% agreed. Explosive Gamer 105. I don't accept the argument of Mount having good energy and pressing in this system. That's an expectation, not an exceptional trait. Once again, I think that's a pretty legitimate statement from Explosive Gamer. And this is why I say Mount this season, for me, hasn't really been that impressive. Yes, assists, yes, goals. But the overall package, I think he was far more impressive last season. But we'll see. The season isn't over yet. We'll see what happens. Eka. Foden is the best young British player. No one should be compared to him. Mount is level below, but levels above the likes of Smith Rowe and Saka. Yep. Saka Saka is a very good player. Saka, I wouldn't say his levels above Saka. Could be level, or maybe Saka a bit above. Saka is a fantastic player. He's a fantastic player. Miz, what's your agenda again? Faisal again. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone, please, let's welcome Faisal Ahmed. I don't know how else I can make it non-agenda based, but my man Faisal is here. At this point, I'm thinking he's a troll, but it is what it is. I like to share all the comments out there. Miz, what is your agenda against Mount? He has done more of us than Havertz, and we should support and back him. He has been our best player for 2 seasons now. I don't know where I have, in my statement here, I don't know where I haven't been supportive. All I've done is I've talked the honest truth. But for some people, it seems like they can't handle the truth. It seems like they cannot handle the truth. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Grizzly, Mount 7 Premier League goals, highest Chelsea scorer. Yeah, look, I appreciate the goals he has scored. I honestly do. But if we're being honest in regards to his total package as a footballer this season, there are lackings. There are lackings. Okay, enough about Mason Mount. We're going to move on to the next topic in the press conference. Kai Havertz, ladies and gentlemen. Kai Havertz. I want to spend a lot of time talking about Kai Havertz. Just quickly, explosive, saying there is no agenda. Havertz has had a far worse season than Mount. Havertz has had a far worse season than Mount. Yeah, look, Havertz only recently is now coming through. Even Havertz hasn't been that great. So, yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm putting Havertz in a pedestal. I'm just saying Havertz in recent times is starting to show something different, which I'm very excited about, and I want to see where this leads. But if I was to assess where Havertz's season been this season, once again, lackluster. There has been some injuries, obviously, in between. There's been, he's been tested positive with the pandemic situation. Mason Mount could be said the same as well. He went to Euros, maybe tiredness. As I said, none of our attackers have been great. But let's talk a little bit about Havertz. Recent times, ladies and gentlemen, Kai Havertz, especially in the Club World Cup, he's looked really, really well. And I've loved what Thomas Tuchel had to say about Kai Havertz in the press conference. He said he's in the process of being reliable. They were asking Thomas Tuchel about, can we see more of Kai Havertz now in the upcoming weeks? And Thomas Tuchel has said that he is in the process of being more reliable. And maybe we could possibly see a Kai Havertz, Romelu Lukaku up front situation. And I love the fact Thomas Tuchel also talked about how Kai Havertz's shooting technique needs to develop. His shooting is poor. Thomas Tuchel has praised him about many things. But then he also said he expects a lot more from Kai. And even Kai expects a lot from himself. And one of the key components, and I've said it over the last couple of days since I've come back from Club World Cup, Kai Havertz needs to improve his shooting massively. Once he fixes up his shooting, I think this guy is going to be a sensational player for us. Technicality is there. Great movement. Passing is very good. He's got the vision as well. He's got that sneaky burst of pace that can beat players. He gets into juicy positions in the box. It's just his shooting that lets him down. Kai can press as well. Kai can play the entire 90 minutes. He's got energy. Kai Havertz, ladies and gentlemen, is gonna be a superstar. I'm telling you right now, he will be a superstar. He gets that shooting right, he'll be a superstar. because he has the package. He has the package. The package that I sometimes say that Mount needs to develop on, I think Kai has that package. But what Kai doesn't have and what Mason has at times, Mason can improve on this as well in terms of accuracy, but Mason's shooting technique is very good, but the accuracy can be a little bit iffy at times. Kai, on the other hand, his shooting technique is not good. He gets that right, we've got ourselves a tremendous attacker. And he is one player, ladies and gentlemen, this upcoming match against Crystal Palace, he's one player that starts for me, one of the first ones in the team sheet, along with Rudiger, of course, and a few other players. But Kai Havertz up front starts for me against Crystal Palace. I want to see how you guys feel about it, because what I saw up front in Club World Cup, honestly, there was something extraordinary about Kai Havertz. Don't let his nonchalant ways get the better of you. There's something special about Kai Havertz, I'm telling you right now. Let's have a read at some of your comments now in regards to this particular topic of the press conference. Smash the like button, guys. We've got nearly 150 people. Strip Bear is going mad asking for you guys to smash the like button. Get those likes up to well over 100, ladies and gentlemen. Please, that is the target for the stream, and anything more than that is just phenomenal. Let's get those likes up. 55 likes. We're about 45 likes away from 100. We've got over 145 people live right now, so it's easily done, ladies and gentlemen. That's bumping up nicely. Nearly 60 likes already. So let's get those likes up whilst I read some of your Kai Havertz comments. And if you're here for the first time as well, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. We're going to try and get to the 20,000 mark as soon as we can. I suppose as quickly as we can. Let's read some of your Kai Havertz comments. Jazabi, good to see you. Time for Havertz to shine, 100%. Little Boy Blue notes, Miz, that is a part of the issue in the fan base. Our setup pits some people into Kai or Mason. Both are great youngsters and should both play 100%. 100%. I don't like doing these unnecessary comparisons. I really don't. Each of these players have their own flaws and their own deficiencies that they need to work on. There's no reason to compare each other because they all have their different issues. And comparing is... what am I trying to solve here by comparing? Do you know what I mean? Yog Takuri. What many fans don't get is we are moving up the expectation bar as he's achieved last set bar. Look, Kai Havertz is scoring some big goals as well, man. He's a big-time player. So that needs to be considered. Predumna. Havertz scores in big games, not against Norwich and other championship teams. Once again, no need for the dig. I love you, Predumna, but yeah, you do go for mad digs at time with other players, especially Mount. But I get the underlining message. He's a big time player, Kai Havertz, and for me, in this upcoming moments coming up in the Premier League, Carabao Cup final, Champions League matches, Kai Havertz needs to feature heavily. We need big goals from Kai Havertz, undoubtedly. Brent Smith, it's been a while, my man. How you been? Hope you're doing all right. Good to see you. Kai needs Mason aggression and Mason needs Kai's touch. Oh, now that is the comment of the live stream so far. Brent Smith has absolutely nailed it. And this is what I've said. They've all got their flaws and they all could do a bit of each other's attributes, I suppose. Khalifa. Hi, I was the guy you met in Abu Dhabi. It was nice to meet you. Really good to see you, my man. Great to see you live in Abu Dhabi. I miss Abu Dhabi, man, honestly. That was such a great trip, Abu Dhabi and Dubai. Even in the final, Kai had a lot of chances to shoot, but he's passed the ball to other players. Exactly, that's the thing. He's not confident when it comes to shooting, and that's something he really needs to work on. M. Musa, good to see you. Havertz is not quick enough to become an elite player like Robin. Yeah. Once again, different types of players, I feel like. Robin, very quick, is a winger, and I don't think Kai is necessarily a winger. Kai is more of an attacking midfielder. I feel like he's a cam, he's a second striker maybe. Kai probably, Robin probably doesn't have those. Robin was a special player. I don't want to compare Robin with Kai. Robin had some silky touches, had some great passing as well, great shooting. Yeah, let's not compare Robin. Robin, oh, what a superstar. Kai's got a long way to go to become that level of a player. But then again, I don't think he'll become that explosive like Robin and cut in from the left. Different types of players. Kai's more centrally located, I suppose. That's how I feel. How he develops in the future, we'll see. Shubhajyoti Roy, both Kai and Mason are fairly young and both are progressing well enough. So I have minimal worry for these two guys. They are the future of CFC. 100% agreed. Explosive. Havertz has only been anonymous when used as a striker. That's down to the system. In my opinion, he's able to get on the ball more as a number 10 or a winger. 100% agree. More as a number 10. More as a number 10. And also as a winger, I suppose. In a front three, he generally tucks in from the left side as a left inside forward. Doesn't really hug the touchline. So I wouldn't call him a natural winger. More as an inside forward, second striker, number 10. That suits him very well. So I'm all okay with that. Absolutely okay with it. Sai Krishna Miz, what about Timo? Left wing, Kai, center forward, Lukaku center forward, Ziyech right wing. If Timo doesn't do well, super sub Pulisic is always there. Yeah, that's if we play 4-2-2-2, I suppose. I'm not really sure if we're going to play that system. Looks like we're going to be back playing this whole back three situation again. Marvo, Miz, for me personally, we're not using Kai properly. He shouldn't play left wing. He should play as a false 9, number 10, or a midfield 3 as an 8. When he does play as a wing, he does, in my opinion, I don't think he plays as a traditional winger. You've mentioned he left wing, but I don't think he hugs the touchline. He sort of tucks in a little bit more. That's what I noticed in Club World Cup. So he essentially plays side by side with Lukaku. Lukaku's far more on the right side and Havertz is on the left side. So I wouldn't say he's a winger per se. Mohammed Hussein, Miz, as bad as our attack has been, we also have to take into account the amount of chopping and changing, most due to injuries, which affects chemistry. 100% agree. And I think this is why in recent times, Thomas Tuchel has tried to keep the same 3 as much as he can. And we'll get to that. They talk about that in the press conference. There was a whole Ziyech, Lukaku, Callum before Club World Cup. And then during Club World Cup, there was Havertz and Lukaku. Mostly, obviously, Ziyech missed out in the final, but the Ziyech played in the semi-final. I think Thomas Tuchel's trying to create a chemistry. He is. So let's see what happens. Okay, let's move on to one more comment on this particular topic. Sugante is saying Miz, Kai and Mount is our future. Well, undoubtedly they are our future. They're our future. Okay, we've now completed Kai Havertz. There was a little bit talk about Callum Hudson-Odoi and his Ghana nationality. I'm not really going to go into that. Maybe that's for another time. There were some conversations about Premier League aspirations for Chelsea. I want to ask each and every one of you guys. This is an interesting topic as well. Kunal is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Give a round of applause for Kunal. Havertz isn't particularly quick, but that was never the reason he was so threatening for Leverkusen Germany. His IQ in the final third, silky touch, quick feet, shot accuracy are his primary attributes. 100% agreed. Shooting is something. Shot accuracy and shooting is something he needs to work on for Chelsea Football Club. But besides that, you're right on every other stuff for Leverkusen and for us as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to now talk about what is your aspirations for the Premier League from here on in. We are 16 points behind Manchester City. We're in the Carabao Cup final. We'll see what we do in the FA Cup. Hopefully we go as deep as possible in the Champions League. But what is your aspirations, ladies and gentlemen, for the Premier League now? Looks like City, they've blown us away. 16 points right now. They've blown us away. And Thomas Tuchel said it's not good enough. We shouldn't be 16 points behind. But we've had some difficult circumstances. I can't lie. We've had some difficult circumstances. Injuries to key players. Reece James, Chilwell, 2 of our biggest assets. And the way we were playing with the 3 at the back, those two players were so important to our setup. It's not even funny. We were the only team that didn't get any postponements of fixtures. I believe we were the only team. We had to play through difficult times when we had 12, 13 players that were down with testing positive. Whole Lukaku situation. You know, we inflicted some of our pain on ourselves, self-inflicted pain as well. And now we're in a very strange scenario where we seem to be the third team by clear. You've got City and Liverpool. Well, you've got City, that's clear. Then you've got Liverpool, who's in the vicinity to challenge City to a degree, I suppose. Then you've got us, who's not near Liverpool, but also quite far away from the rest of the pack. So we're quite uncomfortable in third, but I feel like it's a wasted season. I feel like we need to push to be as close as possible to Liverpool. Whether we can do that or not, I don't know. And we'll talk about Reece James very soon because his comeback doesn't seem like it's going to be anytime soon as well. It could be maybe mid-March or maybe even end of March. He's expected to come back next week to team training. Whether that happens, we'll see. And from there on, there's going to be rigorous training until he can actually play. But we'll talk about Reece James down the track. But for me, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want our team to get into this scenario where we become complacent in the Premier League and we become like a cup team. And we just solely focus on the cups. Which is fine. We should try and win as many trophies as we can. If that's what we are good at, let's continue on. But we shouldn't disregard the Premier League. We should try and rack up points. This upcoming match against Crystal Palace, we really need to get these 3 points. I know teams like Spurs, teams like Man United, West Ham, they're dropping points. I get that. But it only takes them a couple of wins and they're back into the conversation again. Back-to-back wins and they're back into the conversation. Are you guys happy to just slot in at 3 for this season? Or are you guys willing to push as hard as we can to see if we can catch Liverpool at least? Or is that bit too much to ask for with no Chilwell and possibly no Reece James for a little bit more time? I want to hear from you guys. Let's see what you guys have to say. Let's see some of the comments, ladies and gentlemen. Let's try to catch Liverpool. That's really my prerogative as well. I said top 4 and 2 more trophies in early December. Yeah, looks like that's a fair assessment as well. We should be happy with that. Third, no less, plus Carabao Cup win and semi-final Champions League. We've already got, I suppose, Super Cup and Club World Cup in our bag. So I guess rack up the cups. That's what everyone's trying to say. The way we're playing at the moment, we'll be lucky to make top 4. See, that's the thing. We can't get complacent. We really can't. Our form in the Premier League hasn't been that great. Aka minimum third, but we have to win every other trophy possible. Explosive, I expect that we comfortably secure third. I can't expect anything more when we don't have left back or a firing attack. 100% agreed. We are handicapped, but we don't want to get into a dogfight for top 4. That's the situation. Sriram, good to see you, my man. How you doing, brother? Doing all right, my man. Hopefully you're doing okay as well. Beatrice, EPL, we just have to win for momentum. No need to stress or get injuries. The players just do their best and try best to win. Let's finish third with small gap. Yeah, look, if we can finish third and it's a small gap between us and Liverpool, I'll take that. But if we can come second, that will be fantastic. That really will be fantastic. If TT finishes top or even 3 points behind City, that's legendary status. Wow. Nah, that would be mad if we can finish 3 points behind City. Nah, that would mean we'd have to win everything from here on in and expect City drop points. City are like 16 points ahead. Tuchel knows how to get the best out of the team with holes, but that's better suited to knockout tournaments. For a 38-game season, you can't win by covering the cracks, but with world-class talent across the board. 100%. We lack world-class talent across the board, and this seems to be the issue. And our depth, as great as we once thought, is not probably the greatest depth. And this seems to be a bit of an issue as well. No doubt about that. Shubhajyoti, yes, my target is second. Grizzly, if we slot in at 3 comfortably, I wouldn't mind. It's the stressing to get top 4 that I want to avoid. 100%. Don't want any top 4 battle till the last day. I really don't want to get into that. We won't catch Liverpool without Chilwell and James. They can win 8 or 9 on the bounce. We can't. That's the issue, man. That's the thing. We can't have a prolonged run. That seems to be the issue. Daniel, I would love to see very attacking Chelsea versus lower teams. Why to be afraid? Get them scared. Lukaku, Ziyech, Pulisic up front. Kai and Mason 2-10. Why not? Yeah, I mean, I guess Thomas Tuchel likes balance. That's the thing. And sometimes we sacrifice balance as opposed to flair. But, this is the issue. If we give up on balance, we then leak goals. And when we leak goals, we don't win games. Predumna, we need additional wing backs at James Chilwell's level of formation change, which would need a DM who can defend counters. This is the thing. I thought we're going to move away from the back 3 and we're going to try and implement the back 4 with a DM, knowing that we don't have any wing backs, quality wing backs, but seems like we're gonna persevere with the back 3. Manaf, catching Liverpool is not impossible, but you had rather prefer more cups than the second spot. Yeah, look, if someone was to say to me, Miz, you're going to be able to win the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, and go very far in the Champions League, but you're going to come third, okay, I'll take that. I'm not going to lie. I'm definitely going to take that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to the next one, which is Reece James. In the press conference, ladies and gentlemen, Reece James looks like he's not near to come back. He's been training by himself, and he had a bit of setback with, I believe, flu. This is what Thomas Tuchel was saying. He's still training by himself. He's not team training at the moment, and Thomas Tuchel is expecting him to come back next week with team training, but I don't think we're going to get Reece James anytime soon. We're definitely not going to get him for the Carabao Cup final. I'm thinking realistically, if he joins the team training next week, which will be closer to the end of Feb, it will be probably mid-March when we can expect Reece James to come back. So we're going to have to battle on without Reece James. And rightly so, Thomas Tuchel said, Reece James is such a physical specimen. He's such a physical player. You don't want to risk him back. And he had a bad injury. He tore his hamstring. He absolutely tore it. I believe it's his hamstring. Correct me if I'm wrong. And for a player like Reece James, who's so physical, you want to make sure that he comes back well. There is absolutely no reason to rush him back. And this is the thing, did we miss a trick in the January window? Was there no one available? Scouts, I don't know what they're scouting. Look at Man City. Julian Alvarez, killing it. There's some crazy footage, and they're now in the lookout for another Brazilian player. Savio or Savinho, something like that. The back 3 is going to be very, very difficult without Reece James. And we're going to get to the lineup very soon. But yeah, Reece James, ladies and gentlemen, won't be around for at least mid-March, in my opinion. If he's only coming back to team training next week, and that's Thomas Tuchel's not even sure. We'll see what happens. Okay. Last but not least, there was talks about Ruben Loftus-Cheek, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how I feel about Ruben Loftus-Cheek. He's injured. He's now back into training, so he's in contention apparently for selection. Maybe not this match, maybe the next match. But I want to see how you guys feel. I don't know how I feel about Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Like, he started the season so well, and he disappeared when we needed him. And now it's got to a point that maybe the dream of Ruben Loftus-Cheek is just a far-fetched one. And maybe there is no future for Ruben Loftus-Cheek at Chelsea Football Club. We're linked with so many other midfielders in the likes of Declan Rice, Tchouaméni. I just don't know whether there is any spot at the moment for Ruben Loftus-Cheek. But let me know how you feel about that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a quick look at Crystal Palace's form guide. Sai Krishna, I'll just quickly touch on this. Miz, we need a director of football before getting any players. It will be criminal to splash 200 million on 3 players if we can get at least 6 with great scouting. Yeah, look, director of football is definitely needed. And, Michael Edwards, we talked about this in All You Can Eat yesterday. Obviously, Michael Edwards is available, but whether he wants to take up a Chelsea job, the way we are structured, I'm just worried that any director of football, if they're actually going to have the freedom to do what they need to do with the likes of Marina and our board, like, are they going to be able to give the power to this particular role of director of football? That's my biggest issue. I don't know whether bringing a director of football, yes, it's a great start. Yes, they'll help us scout quality players. But can we get the business done? That's the issue with our football club. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got over 112 people live. Smash the like button, get those likes up to well over 100. Only 13 likes away to get the likes over 100. We're going to look at Crystal Palace's form guide now, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know how you feel about this particular match coming up against Crystal Palace. In recent times, we've actually done all right against Crystal Palace from my memory. And I'm going into this fixture confident. We're the world champions. I'm not disrespecting Crystal Palace by no means. They're a very good team. At home, they're definitely good. Under Patrick Vieira, they've been very, very good. But it's a game we should be winning. This is Crystal Palace's form of recent. Lost against West Ham, 2nd Jan, 3-2. Won in the FA Cup 3rd round, 2-1 against Millwall, 8th Jan. A draw against Brighton, 1-1. Brighton, draw specialist. Lost against Liverpool, 3-1, 24th Jan. 4th round FA Cup, beat Hartlepool 2-0. Drew against Norwich, 10th Feb, 1-1. Drew against Brentford as well, 0-0. So they haven't been in the greatest form. Now, are we going to be back, ladies and gentlemen, with the Charity FC, giving them a victory? I hope not. I really hope not. It's a good thing Gallagher is not being able to play for them because obviously he's our player. He's on loan. But they've got some quality players in the team. And I want to just quickly showcase that. This was against Brentford, 0-0. Edouard is a very good player. Obviously, Zaha has a lot of threat. Gihi in defense, Anderson. But there's another guy, Eze, I think his name is. Yeah, Abirachi Eze. He's a very good player. Mateta is a very good player. They've got quite a lot of young superstars that can do the job. As I said, Edouard is a very good player as well. But in all honesty, ladies and gentlemen, I feel like this is a 3-pointer. Anything less than 3 points in this particular game, I think that'll be a disappointment. Let's have a look at what you guys have to say. Miz, at Palace, 2 very underrated wingers. Easy analysis. Exactly. Easy, very, very good player. And these young players, they play with such flair. It's like they don't have anything to lose. So we need to be very careful about that kind of stuff. Amber, 3-0, 4-1, 4-0, 3-2, 2-0. Our most recent results against Palace, we won all. There you go. There you go. In recent times, I thought we've been good against Palace, and history suggests that we have been. So we should be going in with a lot of confidence. Pulisic scoring as per usual. Yeah, Pulisic is another one. Loves playing against Palace, and we'll do the lineup very soon to see whether Pulisic starts. It's going to be very interesting. Crystal Palace is going to be annoying, and the game will come down to chances taken. Like always, can we bury our chances? That's what it's going to come down to. I think defensively we should be able to see them out, negotiate them, but can we actually finish? No Conor Gallagher against us will weaken Palace as well. Exactly. Conor Gallagher has been a big player for them. I'll be fine as long as we don't start Alonso 90 minutes heart attack with him on the left, especially with some of their dribblers they have. Exactly. I don't want to see Alonso. Alonso will be taken to the cleaners. Absolutely taken to the cleaners. Amir Caspian, really good to see you, my man. Hello, Miz. Olise is a baller for Palace, Miz. Yeah, 100%. 100%. They've got some really good youngsters, man. They really do. And we need to look out for that. Ben Miz, why bring back Kennedy? Yeah, that's the other thing. I mean, we've brought back Kennedy, but we've not been using him. We've not been using him. So I don't know what the deal is there. Why didn't we just send him off on loan? Are we actually going to start using Kennedy? That would be a masterclass, seriously, from Thomas Tuchel if we start Kennedy tomorrow against Crystal Palace. I don't know what the role is with Kennedy. Is he just there to be training, get his fitness level up, I suppose? Fun fact, Olise was Chelsea Academy player. Wow, another Chelsea Academy player doing the bits elsewhere. Lukaku scoring tomorrow, Miz, benchmark this. I want Lukaku to do well. Honestly, I really do. Let's get into the lineup, ladies and gentlemen. Before we do that, over 130 people live right now. We're going to do the lineup very soon. Only 7 more likes needed to get to 100 likes. So let's get those likes up to 100 immediately. Once again, thank you so much to be able to get the likes up to 100. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Okay. This is where it gets very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do this. I'm going to stick with the back 3, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't get the feeling Thomas Tuchel's actually going to change this around. Like, it feels like I was under the impression he was actually going to start playing a back 4. But it kind of looks like he's going to persist with this back 3. And this is what he feels comfortable about, I suppose. But I'm also concerned. He did mention in his press conference that Hakim Ziyech didn't start in the Club World Cup final against Palmeiras because we played a back 3. And I'm thinking, how could you not play Hakim Ziyech Hakim Ziyech is one of the best attackers at the moment for us in form. And if Hakim Ziyech is best suited in a back 4, why not do that? Mohammed is there saying, do both formations. Fine, I'll do both formations. No problems with that. I'm happy to do both formations. But if I see the back 3 again without proper wing backs, it's just going to annoy me again, man. It's like, I feel like this is a perfect opportunity for Thomas Tuchel just bin the back 3 and play the 4-2-2-2 or a 4-1-4-1. I don't care. 4-2-3-1, whatever the case is, play a back 4 and have a lot of movement up front. We don't have Ben Chilwell and Reece James. And I don't know why we are persisting with this formation, but it is what it is. Let's do a back 3 formation and then let's do a 4-1-4-1. Seems to be that seems to be the most favorite one, or 4-2-3-1. Whatever the case is, we can change it around. Okay, in a back 3. This is interesting. I think Mendy came back from holidays a bit later on. He had a few more days in Dubai. There were some Instagram photos. And I'm not really certain whether he's going to start. I think he's going to be given a bit of break, and then maybe he's going to kickstart again. So I have a slight feeling Kepa's going to start this. I have a slight feeling Kepa's going to start this because Mendy obviously came back from African Nations Cup and immediately got in and played in the final. Then he stayed back, enjoyed the holiday a little bit longer, and now he's joined back the team. He could very well start, but I just feel Kepa may start this because Mendy just came back maybe in the last couple of days. And Kepa has been around in the team. So I feel like Kepa might start this, but let me know how you feel about that. Rudy, as usual, I think you're going to have to go with Thiago Silva. He's the most experienced defender that we have in the middle. And on the right side, I don't know where Christensen's injury is. He did look a little bit spent in the Club World Cup final. But is Chalobah ready to start? I'm not really sure. I'd go with Christensen because there wasn't any news that he's injured. I'd probably go with Christensen here, but a slight notation that perhaps Chalobah could play as well. And if this is the case, ladies and gentlemen, you know what's going to happen. Azpi is going to be in the wing. Who are we going to play as a left wing back? I certainly don't want to see Callum as a left wing back again. I really don't. And this is the reason why I don't want to play a back three, because it's going to be Alonso. It's really going to be Alonso because Sarr, at the end of the day, as much as I want to see him play as a left wing back, and I can see a lot of people saying Sarr as well, he's simply not going to play as a left wing back. He simply won't. Some people are saying Kennedy, but Kennedy hasn't even featured at all. And to throw him just to start immediately, you'd think maybe Kennedy will build up some time coming off the bench first. So I think that's very unrealistic. Callum Hudson-Odoi, maybe, but once again, I don't like seeing Callum Hudson-Odoi as a wing back. Please, let's not make it sad. Just put Kennedy there. I don't want to see Alonso. Joe's a left wing back again. He wasn't good the Club World Cup. Yeah. I don't think realistically it's going to be Kennedy, and I don't like seeing Callum there. Could be Callum. But whether you like it or not, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be Alonso if this is the formation we play. I'm sorry to say. It's probably going to be Alonso. Sarr is simply not a wing back. He doesn't have the capacity to run up and down. And wing backs need to help out in attack. And if we play this formation, we're going to have to hope Alonso is in these locations, helping out the attack. But he's going to get demolished with the ball. Defensively, he's going to get demolished. And this is why I hate this formation now. And this is why I get annoyed that we didn't do any business in January. It is what it is. Let's move on. In the middle, I think we cannot disregard Kova. He's been the form player for us. And I want to start with Kova. Do we play Kante in this match or do we play Kante in the Champions League? Possibly I'd play Kante in the Champions League. I don't want Kante to be burdened with so many matches. So this is probably going to be Jorginho. Kova and Jorginho. Does Saul get an opportunity? Grizzly saying Kova Kante again. I get the Kante shout, I really do, but I'd rather have Kante in the Champions League. I don't think Kante will be playing this and the Champions League because I don't want to risk it. I need Kante to play for the rest of the season. I really don't want to risk it. And I think Jorginho and Kovacic will be a good combination against Palace to control the midfield. Great Ahian saying rest Kante. Noel is saying realistically, I don't think it's going to be 3-4-3 because of the left wing back situation. 4-1-4-1 will be the best. We'll get to the 4-1-4-1 situation. Hated season, Jorginho deeper than Kovacic, Miz. Yep, that's how I've got it. I've switched it around. Jorginho deeper than Kova. It'll be something like that. Um, ZK is saying, I'll play Jovicic. There you go. Sai Christian saying, I want Saul there. Sad that we got him and he isn't playing because he's been doing very well. Yeah, I thought Saul might start seeing a little bit more minutes because there was that patch of period where he was doing well. And I'm just a bit surprised that we didn't get to see a little bit more of him. And I think this is the end of Saul, to be honest. If you can't get minutes now as well, even when you're doing well, then you're probably not going to see any more minutes. York Takuri, thank you so much for the super chat. Kennedy is just for our sanity, even Alonso plays. It looks like Kennedy is just, it's just like a feel-good feeling. Do you know what I mean? Like to know that, he's there. But at the end of the day, we're not really going to be using him, which is sad. I wish we did use Kennedy. Okay, up front, ladies and gentlemen, this is where I get very confused. Hakim Ziyech didn't play in the Club World Cup final because we played a back three. So does this mean he's not gonna start every time we play a back three? Hakim Ziyech is our best attacker at the moment, in-form attacker. And the way Thomas Tuchel said in the press conference, that is probably the reason why Ziyech didn't start, which I found very mad because he was the form player, and the fact that Ziyech didn't start in the final, I'm pretty sure he would have taken that a bit harshly. So what does it mean in a back three? I don't know. I don't know if Ziyech actually starts now. I'm very thrown with what Thomas Tuchel said. And I think Thomas Tuchel agrees as well. He said it whenever we played a back four. He said Ziyech looks at his best because he gets to play wide right, cuts back in, and then you've got, other attackers helping out. Mason Mount sometimes darting, Lukaku sometimes coming on the right side. But I don't know when it's back three. One thing's for certainty, I think we're going to see Lukaku up front. This is a certainty. Whether we play a back three, whether we play a back four, it's going to be Lukaku. And for me, I need to have Havertz as one of the inside forwards. I really do. I really need to have Havertz. The way Thomas Tuchel spoke about Havertz, saying that he is now more reliable, I need to see him. Declan in Ireland is saying Pulisic, and perhaps Pulisic might be an option if we play a back three. He played really well off the bench. But that's the thing. Christian Pulisic, I get a bit weary when he starts. But once again, he likes playing Palace. So that could be a thing. So ideally, you'd think it's Ziyech, but what Thomas Tuchel has said threw me off. But you could also possibly have Pulisic. Mason Mount is obviously injured. Timo Werner maybe off the bench. Callum Hudson-Odoi off the bench. And this could possibly be the lineup, ladies and gentlemen, if it's a back three. Mohamed Uzeh, I think TT might play Pulisic because of his record against Palace. Yeah, perhaps. Jeff Knightley, he looked good in Club World Cup final. Hate that season. We can't have all left foot players, Miz. Yeah, true. Ziyech, Lukaku, Havertz, they're all left foot players, but perhaps you're right. Maybe it might be Pulisic. To mix things up. That's a point. But then, how does someone like Ziyech feel? And this is why I get the feeling that I can understand if Ziyech would want to leave at the end of the season, because he doesn't seem to be a regular, even when in form. For me, Havertz has to start. You cannot disrupt his progress now. Great Ahian saying swap Havertz and Pulisic. I don't know actually. I don't necessarily want Pulisic to be on the left and always cutting in. I like Pulisic in these areas where he can operate maybe as a 10, and it could be something like this. I want Pulisic to have the freedom to go around. So I'm not going to pencil him down to be as a left-sided player. It could be something like that. Yok Takuri sells Ziyech to Arsenal for 50 million. Wow, nah, man, I wouldn't want to do that. I really don't want to do that. Don't want to sell Ziyech to Arsenal. 50 million, though. Not really sure if we're going to get 50 million, but I don't want to give Arsenal Ziyech. But yeah, this, ladies and gentlemen, is my lineup for the back three. Let's now have a look at the back four. What we'd like to do with the back four. Quite possibly, if it's 4-1-4-1, it's going to be like this. 4-1-4-1. So obviously we change this around. Be Rudy. This will be Silva. Who's going to be left back, ladies and gentlemen? Who is going to be your left back? That's the interesting point. Are we going to go with Sa perhaps as a left back? I'm happy to go with Sa. I can't have Alonso as a left back. I think that'll be too much of a devastation for us. Azpi obviously right back. Jorginho is probably going to be slotting in as the deepest midfielder. Probably going to have Kepa on the right. On the left. In this case, you could possibly have Kante. There could be a possibility of maybe Saul. And in this scenario, I would need to have Ziyech. Ziyech then comes into this frame immediately. And over here, I would still have Havertz. And then you can have Pulisic. And yeah, it could very well be like this once again. Ziyech could be that floater. And he could come in and become a 10. It could be like a 4-4-2 with a diamond, I suppose. Could be like that. But yeah, this is a far more flexible situation. It really is. This is a far more flexible situation. Don't get fooled when the formation is like this. It doesn't necessarily mean that's exactly how it's going to be. It could be that it may be like this and cover a little bit more on the left side. Kante a little bit more on that side. Ziyech more central. Azpi and Sa more tucked in midfield. It could be like that. Let's have a look at some of your comments now, ladies and gentlemen. Not Kante, Joji, and Kepa in this formation. Bring in another attacker. Ruben Loftus-Cheek for Kante. Yeah, I don't know if Ruben Loftus-Cheek's ready to start. As great as it sounds from a theory, I don't know if he's just ready to start. He's just come back from injury. He's just training, and yeah, he's going to be in team, but I don't think he's ready to start. Pulli, Kai, Ziyech, Lukaku in a 4-2-3-1 with Jovicic behind them. Yeah, it could possibly be like this. 4-2-3-1, like that, and maybe you can have, in that case, you'd probably have Pulisic over here. Yeah. And even then, I'm pretty certain it's going to be more like this. It's going to be more like that. I really like that. I like that situation. 4-2-2-2. I honestly like this a lot. It just makes us so much more potent. Having our three midfielders is wasting an attacking position. I agree. There's no need for Kante in this game. You're absolutely right. Havertz and Kepa in the middle and Pulley at the left wing feels better, Miz. Yeah, but Pulley in left wing always. I mean, I've got him there now, but I don't want him to be predictable where he just cuts in. Do you know what I mean? Declan in Ireland, that's better, Miz. That still only gives us 3 attacker, same as back 3. This is the looks like this is Ziyech in that number 10 role is perfect. Yeah, Ziyech can drift into these areas. So can Pulisic as well. They're not penciled in for that. Just because the formation looks like that, it's not like they're just penciled in that location. They do move around. So for me, this looks pretty good, ladies and gentlemen. This formation looks pretty good. We've now covered both the formation. Let me know what your thoughts are, ladies and gentlemen, for the score prediction. Look, for me, I'm expecting a win. I really am. I'm really expecting a win, ladies and gentlemen. I'm hoping we can get a 2-0 victory, perhaps. We should be able to keep a clean sheet. There shouldn't be major threats from Palace that we can't handle. And we should have a swagger about ourselves. We're the world champions, ladies and gentlemen. We should be moving into this game with a lot of confidence and getting the 3 points like we demanded. So, for me, 2-0 victory. That's my prediction. I can see a lot of predictions here. 3-1 from Strip Bear. HZ season 3-0. Sai Krishna 6-0. Wow, that would be a statement, wouldn't it? Wow. Prince Ace 5-0. No, 2-0. A lot of people are saying 2-0. Clean sheet tomorrow incoming. I would love that. HZ season. Tier 1 stream Miz. Thank you so much, Yub Takuri. Much appreciated. Glad that you guys have enjoyed this. Jensen, thanks for being on the chat, Strip Bear. Kobina, good to see you. Hope we don't underestimate Palace. We definitely cannot underestimate any of these Premier League players. Jeff Niley, I'm not doing a score prediction. It never goes right. Fair enough. And many, many more score predictions are coming through. Kobina 3-2, Strupacherti 2-0, Lesford 3-0. Kobina 3-2. Are you expecting a Palace win? Because Palace is at home. Unless you mean 3-2 Chelsea. I don't want to see 3-2, man. That's too much of a headache. I'll say clean match, clean sheet would be great. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have enjoyed this stream for the match preview. We've got the 100 likes. Thank you so much once again. For the people that haven't smashed the like button, make sure you smash the like button before you leave. Big up, Miz. And also, before you go, I want to share the video that was out earlier today. Do check that out. Let me just see if I can give you guys the link for it. It's a video I had for Rudiger. So let me just put that latest Rudiger video. If you guys haven't caught that, it's about his contract situation. You guys will enjoy this. This is a bit of a Ms. Truth Bomb style of video. So if you haven't seen that yet, I've just pinned that, ladies and gentlemen. Miz, can you please check this out, bro? Have a laugh, YouTube. Sai Krishna, I'll check that out. No problems. I'll try my best to check that out. It is quite late, so I want to go to bed, 2:30 a.m. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Kobina saying top tier, Miz. Thank you so much. HZ season, brilliant stream. Much appreciated. You guys have enjoyed this. I'm really, really happy that you've enjoyed this. Noel, big up Miz as well. Yeah, until next time, everyone. Take care and see you.